Hey everyone, today we're making a quick and easy miso soup. It uses only 3 ingredients, takes 10 minutes to make, and we're keeping it vegan. Let's roll! Speaking of 3 ingredients, let's see what we're dealing with. We're gonna need some light miso. For anybody who missed the garlic noodles video, miso is a fermented soybean paste. Some firm tofu that we're gonna cube up. And a couple of sheets of nori, which is the dried seaweed stuff that you use for sushi. Now traditionally you'd use kombu, which is a dried sea kelp, and bonito flakes, which is dry smoked and shredded tuna, to make the dashi, which is basically the base for the broth. But I wanted to show you how to make this soup using only 3 very accessible ingredients, while keeping it vegan. We're gonna heat up some water in a small pot and tear up our nori sheets. And we'll let that simmer for about 5 minutes. We're making sort of a seaweed tea. And while that's steeping, we have time to prep our miso. In a small pan, I'm adding a little bit of neutral oil, and I thought a few dashes of sesame seed oil would be a quick and easy flavor booster. To that, we're gonna add our miso and try to break it down as best as we can so that we can incorporate it. Can you add some grated ginger and garlic to the oil? Not only you can, but you should if you want to pack even more flavor into this. As soon as our miso gets nice and toasty, we can ladle in some of our seaweed broth and work that into the miso. Once the liquid has been absorbed, we can add another ladle. If you've ever poured miso into a broth, you know it kinda separates and it gets weird. By emulsifying some of the liquid in, we're hopefully gonna prevent that when we pour it back into the soup. Keep adding some of the broth a little bit at a time and stirring it in until we get a nice and smooth sauce-like consistency. At this point, we're ready to pour the miso into the broth. Stir that in. Then we can add our tofu and try not to splash half of the soup out, roll. People are watching. Stir everything together and our soup is done. More or less 10 minutes from start to finish. It takes a little longer than making a cup of tea, but it packs so much flavor and comfort that you wouldn't believe it. Miso, sea kelp, that's literally umami. Now let's dig in and see what this raw guy has to say about it. Okay guys, so if you haven't got miso yet, go get some. What are you waiting for? This soup literally uses 3 ingredients and it takes 10 minutes to make. And the flavor of it only matches its simplicity. It's just a little umami bomb. And also, one of the best things you can eat when you're feeling a little ill or just a little hungover. Alright, now go make some miso soup. Roll out.